Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Krubally. I have not done a Facebook Live in a very, very long time, but I figured I would do one because what is happening in Basse. Menyum fala manika kamaleto because laftale na Basse nkole nyum moyi, Basse dingule nyum moyi, nga tonya fo nyoye, nsa lonko kondel dolbe diamo menna, mantara diamo la pour kon lafta politiko dronela. Sanji fenko lokun saba komanto. Ndema mudu kurwale nga safero ke nko membe kerim Basse nawek. Masinol be tinyaring. Ima masinol doku. Ima mol dankung. Nawek pulita itara ye radio station o hire ye press conference o ke Basse. Ya explain meme ye masinol muda. Benga je masino nyin tinyata more than karifula komanto bari man sonna nyi masinol dala benga lon Basse ka kandi nyame president tara ay kari mume o ke tamo la banko kan ay tamo men spend Basse kono waya kendile wati mena bi je courant ma manke orders were given ko courant kana manke manka mankunda abota je a saita amuruta nan koteke abe wato men na Basse kono courant ma manke manka mankunda bari president o tada doron courant flota manke la kunum mbenga jele Basse dungul be kele kan ice block o noma wat nata no ice block o na da kolera fa kolera dalasi lullom dalastan bari bi Basse banko kan Basse sado kono ice block o dalasi keme mbe men fukanteng ndel be kelo men nambe diamo men namba ke kan altel Basse kolle wala na laftale bi nganyum Facebook live ke Basse kol si la moyala ntel mantara nyinke kan ko politikolo baren sim fanyininka muna tende nim president no na la mol nata Basse sate kono crown si soto bari ni tata crown te soto la muna tinna crown be soto la mankaman kunda kono bari crown te soto la Basse kono munatina president no nala molbe crown sur la bar banku dungul mel fon le president no ta ya elect ite crown sur la ya non gambe ko fon si ñoo ñinin kale spécial Basse ko ni modol diam day sa foye ko crown meta manke la le gambe kono bari munom hakkiloti munom hadma diwti munom mansa kundati wolom ñinti ko ni te mari be mansa kunda ñini wala ko membe mankere molbulu itaka wala kele pour yeman sa kunda soro ni man sa kunda soro e kawle bonni mbenga lonne Basse sate o kan problème o men bije wolon courant problème o de je kakkanle fenko wato sunkar wato bari munatina itani ndarano la Basse banko kan bi kando men bije bari government o man sonna courant de dala walatina amalo warta bake ndo Basse dungolati ndemera Basse ko frala jandinga dum politiko kono mera Basse ko tamala janinga dum politiko kono biringam fallo wati men nan kawalake Basse dingul men bije ani gambe dingul men be la moy kan membe kering na banko kan membe kering Basse santo su nimma wuli nga ko tama munad nan tel harma dingul na alfal bije na alfal be bataring ite courant sotla ni furata Basse nawek laino le kataraje 2 days ago Basse nawek ye laino le ke iko kasia nyinko kade badatale ate crown ate kaspa wafu no la mol ndelbe siri wokan ni diamuda Basse dungul ye wuli ya foko ite political la ye wuli ya foko ite konnante ya tele barimba batale kono anywhere any region in that country ni furade je menka ke Basse abuka sot abuka kije Basse do kutije na youth solbe siri nyokan problem be siari na molbe bataren. There is no good roads in the town, there is no good hospital, there is no good education, nothing is working in Basse. And to sit yesterday on social media ngaje menke kan na molbe kelekan fighting over water, basic cold water to get it, $100, less than 32 ounces of water. It's a wake-up call for all of us. And I know if we talk, Molsa Mirako ha ndelbe politiko tornela. bare lafta nyin kelal pour basen ko ya lonko membe keri na banko kan ninta lama wuli nga lo nyin te kala banjul adi kala kombo adi kala dula hotlar but every ramadan abe kala le Basse was second capital for a reason. It was a second capital because we had citizens of Basse. The Alhaji MC Chams, the Alhaji MC Jalos, the Musa Dabos, the Buba Baldes. They stood up and fought for Basse. They got the respect and they brought it in Basse. They demanded development in Basse. But since Yahya Jammeh's time to this government, today they're fooling us about a bridge. Bridgeo is great, but do we really need a bridge when we don't have electricity? Do we really need a bridge when we don't have a hospital? Do we really need a bridge if we don't have basic water supply in the hospitals? Do we really need a bridge if we don't have medication, if we don't have good schools? These bridges and roads in URR has been going on for 5 years. Amambang. Sai filenti be roska. Nanyu marso fona naman janino. Ita dadala. But today, what is most disturbing, me a diminya wara olo nyintiko. Basse dumul be siring. Ntelebe diri mobe fe. Ni wulta doro molia for yoko, we're starting to give excuses for this government. But Basse mkole batari mbika tami mobe. Nintenga na post okay, I know the citizens of Basse that agree with me, but we're not brave enough to get up and stand up. Basse citizens, we have to get up and understand we have a responsibility. Development is not going to come automatic. It comes by pressing your government. Pressing your government doesn't mean ko yela government o konne. Ni wulta ko la government ko do ko ke banko kan. Momonde ma aram baro na la mol forcé pour ye na élection la. Pour ye na ye momam aram baro forcé pour ay law. Momonde ma forcé pour ay law ay ke president na ke president mbenga na carte ota nga diala. Mbenga na naflo ota nga diala. Muna tinna 4 years into presidency that Aram Barrow can have a mansion in Mankamangkunda, 24-hour electricity, but Basse citizens, some of us are trying to attack the little person that is stealing a gallon of gas oil from Nawek. Stealing is wrong across the board. But if we're going to condemn those people in Nawek, we have to condemn the government that is building mansions, that is driving brand new cars. This is the problem in our country. This is why today there is no security. A bag of rice, 1,300. A bag of cigar, 1,600. Oil, 1,400. Onion, 1,000 plus. Where are we heading as a people? Is the question we need to ask each other. Where are we heading as a people? Can this continue? There is going to come a time, and I've been jokingly saying this, if things don't get corrected, we're going to have to attack each other because the people that are not working are going to have to survive. Like it or not, they're going to have to survive. And if they cannot survive, they're going to attack us. So it is best that we rise up right now and fix the issue. And Basse is part of the main issue because part of what some of these people that are here on Basse are saying, he is from our region. Let me tell you guys something, Basse. See what's going on in Fonyi? When Yahya Jammeh came, he neglected everywhere else and tried to develop Fonyi. Kanela in particular. Today, ever since this government came, did you hear them even talk about anything about Fonyi? You didn't. They're focusing in other regions because they felt like Yahya Jammeh had given them a privilege. But Fonyi is more underdeveloped than any other portion in the country. And this is exactly what I fear is going to happen. Because if we focus on saying that because the president is from URR, he needs to fight for URR, then when somebody else comes from CRR, if Loydabo comes in and also says that, then next time you have somebody else from KMC also say that, where are we heading? This is why governments need to sit and have a comprehensive understanding of what is the problem in the country and have the National Assembly members and the government work a plan. I love Basse more than a lot of people, but I do not condone us just saying because the president is there that as long as we're getting little roads and all of a sudden the Fatoto road that has not been finished for over 4 years, they finally go down bonwokam. For what? What are you going to go there? Go home? When they take that bridge to come to the hospital, there is no medicine at the hospital. When they take that bridge to come to the school or businesses, things are so expensive, they can't afford it. Gasoline is so expensive. Electricity is so expensive. Where are we heading? We need to rise up as a people and understand that things are only going to change when we think with our senses and understand that Gambia is a country and we need to develop this country based on a plan, fairly and equally. But to just sit and say, because Basse is getting this, I am not going to blame this president. When someone else comes, we're going to face the same thing. And Basse, today I heard that a lot of youths are not happy. And I've spoken to a lot of youths. A lot of our moms are not happy. A lot of our sisters are not happy. But what are we going to do about it? But it is troubling when you sit on this internet and you start seeing the people that used to blame Yahya Jammeh for these kind of things today are trying to find an excuse for Barrow. It's wrong, unethical, and it is very unfair for you guys to do that. What is wrong on the Yahya is wrong on the Barrow. We supported Barrow. He has failed us as a people, he has failed us as a nation, and he has become one of the most corrupt leaders in the history of that country. Because up until Barrow became president, he never had those mansions in Mankamangkunda. Until he became president, there was no solar, no electricity in Mankamangkunda. Are we going to be a nation that is going to have every president that comes in to develop their nation, their region, or their town? Is that the kind of leadership we want? Is that the kind of people we want to be? Or do we want to be a country that will elect a government that will look at the nation as a unit and develop the country as needed? So when we sit here, and I haven't done Facebook Live in a while. I'm on Facebook Live, I met her, because I'm a politician. I'm a member of the United Democratic Party. And the United Democratic Party, I will tell you, I've been a member in it. The leader of that party, I have to say, when he was vice president, minister of foreign affairs, he still lived in his home. He is still the same humble guy. This is the kind of leaders we want. Ousseynou Dabo had every opportunity prior to the but I be seeing ala cordal mento pipeline and in court I be seeing walleto. I don't need ala president Yafan and Kiranaman ko habitale state house. You are not going to see him building these mansions. The minister baby, ibe cordal lola, ibe dingul karandila, yentel dingul blay bataring. Fontel man la fil barka la bam, fo man la fin dingul ni mamarun le barka bam. Munatina ni momo ni nata je, iti be fane dadala. Munatina momo ni nata je, ibe fane dadala. Why? I don't get it. Munatina ntel tenyo topodono la, kontel mo muslimo letin, del benyin sunkar karomen kono bi. Iti mari ye wani nafulo ta, ye fane dada wala. Iti be siri moli la nyeri tankol ta, iti nafulo ta banko toyala, bari iti kurang fano dino la mola. Ite jio famo dino la molla. Ite hani karamu do kendo di la molla. Men koleata nun nunto. Wanyanta feala le bi. Wolum duna nafati. Wolum duna balwoti. Kuwa men koleata kunu. Tamu men koleata kunu. Abe feari ne bi. Fen banku dara men koleata nun kunu. And fen kela le bi. Because problem o bije. Sanji tandulu komanto. Manyana kendela o problem o tarje hani sign. Because munat na mobita kate fayola. Wolum pruye yemmansa kendo ta mansa me yalon ka bela dudal darala ni tenara mansa kunda do ya tar ko kuran problem o bije inyata sila le yafuko menyin solve no la nyaadi le hani fente sunkaro kono le kol be ka kolaya mansa kunda sino le no ya hakilo bonde ya fuko munatina nsi mune kino pour que sunkaro bata bonde molkam bari to okela ebe sila le 2 weeks before sunkaro ngafo a week before that no fanamfo bari man fen ninke tara basse i radio station chokije e diamo siandi ye mol nene masin killing wala be tamakan sa basse abe overheat kan all the time wala dina ka duben e ka malaika duben masin fulalo basse. Let me tell you guys nga investigation o ken nga long bi insa be fale masin fulalo basse masin killing do tinyatale o mantara bodikam killing be bodikam kilo men tinyata atinyata almost karifula komando o karifulo kono isi parliament nya reje isi tala no Europe ya sang ya do ne kulunti la kono ay na lo kun kilinto ya posé lo ku flan jam ay banjani sun karo lo isi masim fulasoro ne masim fulasoro wala ka power ni distribute birintel fo siarar isi sembo bonde masim kilinka masim fulol be sitama wato le kaaje basse ko courant solo biro masim kilindo tara wonim president no la na ta kilinti e ko man kam kunda kana duben president no be dawda je kana duben so ñi machine kilindo ñi mente dula samanola wala be president no be dawda wala be samba kan bare ning a candidate doron ika duben ne isa duben pour president no la dula sa so machine o sign wala fanam be kandi kan wati because ni ka bondo wati ka tula candidate na candidate doron ka duben wara nin lo ñi siara doron e jan duben e jammala e jan duben sa ko nyale aduna frijol katinya wonyale dimbal kana wonyale well, there is no regular fenko electricity over there. Munadina B, around Barona la mol bita, ibe million bondila, ibe mutol saneba nadla pour campagnola, but itita ye pat sam pour ka generator dara. Ni wado liba fokam base di no tara commandant kunda, idi amra je ha ibe masin kudole nadla. Iba nadla le because be dete kanne sai. Iba nadla because be dete kanne. Ibe wole kela, wala tinanka fali ko nimma wuli le base citizens. A manque ko imo ibe political de don o ibe party de droite against nola même be kerinje bi basé sa do kono nitel basé dum lema wuli wallahi ibe turuna mo la fa abadan ni aje man tulu mo la onda sa dawda because now leaders ñol le wulta and basé has to find young leaders and basé dum même be kikam bi ni government to ngajele none of you guys are good enough basé dum is not good enough to be in the Barrow'S government même fokale akonye mu coalition government leti wala dina ate doko dino lalla bare nalia de ma funa winter ate be basse dum jamal le kala je bare alsal fanyininka ndema londe molle ka fonye how many people alten kono le baroya mari promise scholarship ola how many people le baroya promise overseas travel la how many people le ay promise doko wala bare ate doko dino lalla barasi mol fayano ate doko dino lalla barasi vice president no boy payno as vice president do ta ite ba fulani URR banko be kan fire ban chok there is nobody good enough to be in Barrow'S government. See, he's taking you for granted. In Combo, I'm not trying to create a feud here. Any region may along Koiba Prescan, they do not give up and say automatically you can get our votes. He's taking care of them. But in Del, one of the most populated part of the country, furthest from the capital city, no electricity. In order to get a passport, you have to come to Banjo. In order to get an ID, you have to come to Banjo. No electricity. But why are we a citizen? Munati nantel bena sembo talambadi la mansa kundala. Bena nyeti tanko talambadi la mansa kundala. Bena naflo tala anin na rice nyon badi la mansa kundala. Nko yuko ali doko ke moli ali mola life bete yande. Ni mansa kundama woke ye. Sanjilulu wo sanjilulu ika falinne. Gambia alinka na silam falindirola. Hani la bagaso mimi la bonkono la domornya ika falinne wati o wati. Ni moye mo kateo fay moye anata je aman doko ki abondi ye donati je ibe message fula le soto kanje même man doko ke yo bondi le ya teach le sonola même binari mo balo nako naman doko ke e ba fana bondi la le nyinati nam man nyana sila na falendiro la ka foko ha bayri jawara bi je fenko 30 years ya jame 22 years kije o do baro fana nyanda sila la ala molbe wole fokay. That is wrong, it's not the way to go. Based on the direction that our nation is going, based on Barami Bena Banko Kang, until Parata sacrifice the law, Tonya for Molie. Because the Menki can be Mole for Hamundika. Now, be catcha men nothing, a monkey killed because the Jamasin Dinole, Mfana Nata and a Kikodol. But Hanabadi ya tamid away, Froya tamid away, Baluo tamid away. Mislime ya tamida way manki almami tide bari mbe ku kirim fola ko ning mistake te fonga baro taminde ko teke kuryami be banko ka be kafulale bi asembo tela nga nyine kinu ya jame wato ay mon nene nga karto diala afro da mo siland la ba on ni man carte fa ya ke faale wo man follow overnight de ma fa ko baro wala kala bari mbe wala kala alinga ajube ko banko man tara tamakan bi jabote diwlinote pompiterote manote courante fen di man tama banko kan sécurité mo do ñew fala ndel si o man sakino bula jeba fo ñantaw falin nale. This is the question we need to ask ourselves on December 4th. On December 4th, we need to ask ourselves, do we want to continue? Mlaftanyin continue lalabang. Badi ya kana ojube hanin de kotoma Lebanon president ya bi na man ku kendo kembe ulanga diam saka mome ya lonko you are not ordinary Gambian. And this is why it is nothing against ndel be men kele kan wolam nyindi ko fanan tatale hakkilol yele tan dulalje nga lonko nyin ko man wo kole ya bake mol me ye doko no e ka wolle ta ye bari ya bula ye fasaro bula ite mo kilin 1 month tour yoke krobe wati jonne ite be Gambian kol fon jubela base sate kono bi ni dunta base mbeddo highway nyin kan ni bida je wato 2 cars sidewalks, not anymore. No law and order, no electricity, no market, no mosque, no stadium. But government will come and fool you. See, mansakunda e kalo nyadi lo ko mansakunda lafte korendilale. Batu nga fale. E kam menke wala nyindi ko e kam beddole de dali anim brijol. Bari te doko dilala because ni doko dilala pralial fansoto. Ite balu sono dia no la li pralial fansoto. Normal fansoro albetulal bulale normale pour y fenkaliya bari na al fansoro wati mena wala tina jang America banko kan mo buka la fila kala government kono because moli e fansoro le do kul soto le be ila balu nyal be nyaari ne ndel la jana bari man sakunda buka wala ke wala tina mobe be batari mobe be ngir lim man sakunda noma ni ibulata man sakunda la toro sine kelende kato ko ila ftale pour yede pour yitel la balu si tamano bari Gambia banko over sanji tanlulu nim feng hanibi jio men fon ka min crown men fon tro mol jana luolu problem so nyin ko amalu nya warta ba ken to basse dingulete pour nga basse dingul je ibe kelela jio kamma ko me yalon ko sa fix no within less than 1 month it a fix la ima fix ari ta fix la commissioner même faale kabe machine on atal basse tumande ba kelale because ni ngede di roy ka wala ke bari alinga singa mira de me siri nyame basse sado kono you arar kono me siri nyame je alinga mira de ndel hanina national assembly member basse din jonne le national assembly member long basse constituency na national assembly member ye muneke molie mun be kirinje na manke na chairman ndume ya lonko fon he's fighting a little bit more for us but wo fana ba kele kanne abe lori abe kelola ni marso ya kele akola le sa ni marso fon mon futa woto kelo be ni marso to bi ni nga lonnu ni marso problème na la basse bar me futa lo fanantole marse yelo wato e binale je ndele nga nyim faale baro is all he's going to do is lola le je ay sandol fay mol kam ay mol garwale ay kelo ay sonka meson kije itamari alaye dema fo furata man sayar be the bigger person kemo kendo te mo be topoto mo be you're the family but basi people are suffering more today than anybody. I see it, I feel it, they're my people, and this is why I'm willing to get up and say something. We have to press our government to do, even in the United States, even in Europe. Every day in the government, Europe call because they know people's lives are on those things. They are getting paid to make sure they work. Texas, bring snow nata, snow natural disaster. Sumaya, bera tinyaro ke bi ye mo jamale bayla do ko la ye mol kilile ye nyininka muna na nyanda sotola. Nsa fole no ko doron ko you know what problem on me alon ko ala la kiro lom snow jamale nata sumaya kida wala na problem so da before the problem so but no itel ma jibe wonya ikole muna ten na nyanta kala because government menti e kasile ye problem o jibe kuram problem olete me kuram de dano la nyaade le ndel Southern California jam solar panel ol betla belo to jani bida masin kudo sana buna ne de solar sana munati nabi Gambia banko kan mano men ka sang mo sita mani kurun sang ayaki mani bodo kendo kono aya wafo high price la government be siri tulo the same thing butter the same thing menga moyle kuwo kuma mo kumpa Gambia kono bi mbita kan direction o men nimman falling nimman si nga lonko problem o membe mol face kan in the Gambia is not a political problem. It's life and death. Na balunya wala be kolea kan adum baluwo na kolea ta ila harma yaka kolea ila muslimi asna kolea wakono wala tin bi Gambia dingul be firfir la da be do be demaro dila o demar sifa ni man sakunda e wala kenu isita ye hakilo jube janni e mudol sang ni nata je fenke na basse be mudol kono be firfir e borla lampo malli glabe diari e be sunku dingul nomala ni boto je doron lampo ke puk na alfa men be kurandi be kebaare yela duna be doku no electricity biringa sonko ke kunun suto basse had electricity up until 7 o'clock ya dube. Now they're threatened by the youths and they're threatened by people. Ya lonko mulvi diamkan. You follow la address letter. So to the Basse youths, alinga lonko, unity and pressure is what is going to develop that country. Instead of developing Mankamankunda and Barrow'S home, Gambia should be developed. Instead of developing Ahmad Ba's home or taking Barrow'S kid to America for school, Gambia should be developed. This is it. Ado musol, final message musol. Mosina ay fenta ay adialla. Adialla ni moye son fenna. Bari men diata wolam nyinde koy fon badi wi fon dungi ake. Al dingul ni nata aliya pour kana kudo dia like tambi al dingul lale anal kema lale korda dala because ya lon ne ko wol hakkilobe wol lale adung ite wol demala because is wol demano nyaadi wolam nyinde ko ite sonna al dingul karandila naaje korda jamal bi ye bi melbe daharing ite wol karanda wala be tamad lale pour kana kat 1000 2000 3000 taka dialla kal nene wala ali alla karto dila ni wo tambita albite yale ko rale ngir ala faal yal dingul karandi bang muna fisi ara pour ni problème so de téléphone ta ye dingul ko la yake dan ni man sakunda ye si ya compagnie yake bitabe muso nene la ibe mo nene la ibe natila mitinolto pour ya foko telom kebat aduna youth jama that's what they're going through. Some of the youths in Basse, that's what they're going through. Those around the president are using them, throwing them crumbs as the political leaders on the ground. But they will not amount to much because it is doko sotla, it is fenfening kele, ni wol nada, ye call ali boy youth son nadi, ali boy son nadi, but in nenemam fenkali la dunakono, in any fenkali abadan. They will never do for you. They never care about you. They will never care about you. They will not develop high level. They will not develop the hospitals. They will not develop the schools, but they will give you a little bit of money, 5,000, 2,000, 3,000. Yamere telebije. But it's a problem. So Basse Musol, Gambia Musol, ala fali al dun karandi. Ni aji bin de bama te wulla ita dani rola. O mo jama bama te wulla ita dani rola because in karantale. Ni al karandi. Albe doko kilale al sala alfa demano 2,000 3,000 momon ni maranser pour ka di molla. And finally ye ñil luwa men dundi ko musol sunkaro kono e saye yo ke political gain lel to get political edge on us munatin na banko kan actually we problem like kan ya jube. Let me talk about this a little bit. E ko man sakunda ko sunkaro kono gambe musol 2 o'clock doro ye ji musol ndel be ngalon ko musol kono ila sunkaro e baka kan bring abadan ila tabirol ila kolbe wake ngam bari munatin nabi ni muso membe do ko la bi te man say ede ko ite lafta tala ila do ko la because lafta tala nyatole ite man say frère so ko ike ma ko ko munana man ay kay ko be do ko la man sa kunda e mun luwale soto pour ka fo musol e ko ibe jila wati menna sunkaro kono fo christianoti yeba fo ni musol di amdale fo ni mansa kunda ini modol di amdale ini christianol di amdale nyimbe make i wultale doron ado nyim mansa kunda ko nyinom problème oti nim mansa kunda wulta doron ay luwal dara ni ma sekunda wul dara ay kolke wala tin nan ka carte o fa na député wol ye jani luwal e falin jani mbalu nyaali falin sida député wol ya karu ndanga député o tala ite député o ta mobe député o ta o député o bele be siring even tele represent kan wala tin ay buka wuli do ya safe mo mon ya safe wala tin luwa gambe mo luwa bankolti na musol nyante de malale bari pour ka foko mbe wullal doron nga fo musol ko alkanta do ko ay telum jonti nakara musol afta sila la do ko dula ay competition ki ay meeting attend I move up the ladder. Who are you to tell that person to go home and create a problem for them in their compound? Do you know what problem they have created for women that have not made it home at 3 o'clock in the month of Ramadan? Are we a nation that wants to bring up women that are just supposed to cook in Ramadan? Are we a nation that is supposed to just give people early departure from work because we passionately believe that they should leave early to go cook? Shouldn't we rather look at programs, easy transportation as to how they can get home, bonuses, work on the cost of living? You know Ramadan is a very challenging month. Work on the cost of living, work on electricity, provide general benefits to the public, but not to segments of society, not to groups of society. That is not government, that is not governance. That is just personal decisions. And the reason why we go every 5 years into office is to vote for somebody who is going to look for the interest of the Gambians, not the interest of a particular race, a particular group, religion, political affiliation, and age. You cannot discriminate based on these things, because we all have different affiliations of these 3 categories. Ina na mansa kunda fa ibuka dunyin quarter ni be ku kala ibe luwa land le kala le pra mo be think musol nyanta special privilege di le but pour ye ji ita ma right so because ima hani musol consult tumando musol man la fi wala tumando musol lafta menna ita ma hani wala. How is the Secretary General and the President going to know the problem of the women? Have they met with the women? No, they have not. And this is a decision that we have to make. This is not a decision between Hussein Dabo and Barrow. This is a decision about your life. How are you living? How are you struggling? Today you're struggling, it's tough to live, so you vote that person out, you bring the next person. You have 5 years with that person. If they don't do well, you get them out, and gradually you will get it right. When Americans got it wrong with Donald Trump, they knew they had 5 years, and everybody by the 5th year knew Donald Trump was history. This is exactly the trend that we have to go through. Nindafala patinata, nimandoko, you have an option in 5 years. But I will tell you something, me alonko in closing, no. Look at how these people live, the ones that are able to live, even when they were in the power position, that they maintain the same lifestyle, they maintain the same relationships, and they maintain the same humility, are the ones to be trusted. Because all these ones, you have seen them get rich overnight. And people will always give you excuse why they're rich, they get per diems, they do this, they do that. No, it's not, it's wrong. You cannot be president. Yajame did Kanilai, and Kanilai is in ruins. The day Barrow is gone, Mankamankunda, everything is because the next government is going to make sure that they don't maintain that. That is what is going to happen, and we cannot go on that. But in a development, okay, based on Bankol ni bemenna, Basema Hospital also to be, Nimman Sakunda will that one can understand that. You know, one can understand that. Excuse me about that. But anyway, I'm going to end this. I just wanted to come because it was very embarrassing as a citizen of URR to see my people fighting over cold water, to see my people arguing over cold water, to see my people struggling for cold water. And I'm urging every Basi citizen, every URR citizen, that it is your responsibility to rise, because water is a basic human right, especially when you fast all day and you cannot even get access to it. It is wrong, unethical, and we need to call our government out. And I urge each and every one of you to please understand what is at stake here. This is not Dabo against Barrow. This is a failed government we're trying to get out and bring in a new government. So I will end this video by saying, on December 4th, vote against Barrow. Bring in a new government. And I believe that new government should be the United Democratic Party. They have the right leadership. They have the right people in the party. And if you look at the United Democratic Party, the people we elect into office, if you look at our mayor in KMC, he's one of the best mayors. If you look at our mayor in Banjul, he has transformed Banjul. If you look at Fode in Jana, in URR, he's transforming URR in the sense that he is now pushing for things to happen, landing the same thing. So you have to just look at some of these people. Look at our young lawmakers that are standing to fight for you. Gambia, the Sana Jawaras, the Kumbajaitis. We have what it takes. The Olidibas. We have the young, talented people in that party. Surrounded, the Kemo Bojangs. Even the Parapijias, some of you might laugh. They're very educated young. So when you look at the United Democratic Party, you're not looking at a small party. You look at a party that is built with character, a party that has a lot of opportunity to be able to fill the right people in the right places. And after over 30 years of fighting, if Alhaji Ousainou Darboe is given the privilege to lead that country, I honestly believe that he's going to do the right thing. And Gambians would be lucky to have Alhaji Ousainou Darboe as the president of the Gambia, because we have all seen the direction that we're heading is the wrong direction. If we maintain them, many of you guys watching this from Gambia, I'll tell you batala katami mobed. Because wala na sa niya jube, kolbe koleari, mobebe complain la, mobebe complain la. Yewo fon, ye kala lulu, $500. It used to be nobody bought it. They gave it up for free. But thank you very much. You all have a wonderful day, and Ramadan Mubarak to all of you. And Badibunkas, I hope I'll be sungan. Kar Badibunko yala alma hayu sunkarola. So I'll make sure I'll sung. And Limbarabake, thank you so much. But this message was for Basi. I'm sorry if I ranted, but I just wanted to come out and speak my mind. You're going to start seeing more of these, because what is happening is we cannot let a government continue or have their way if our people are living so poorly, if our people are suffering. It is a responsibility mu harmadun leti, mu muslimon leti, mu kendol leti, manyana sila ngajen na molo patari ngade. Ni modol fana ye denun del ko lan del barkala. Wala nan del fana nyanta wula nga diama modol la ko la fo isi barka yeke kuti isi fanna fano. Thank you very much.